My family were not churchgoers when I was a child. When I got into high school, the Methodist church was right across the street and my friends went there, so that's when I started going to the Methodist church just on my own, and I was 16 when I was baptized in the Methodist church.
Before we moved to Texas, we had joined a Presbyterian church for some amount of time. So my first church exposure was Presbyterian, and then when we moved to Lubbock, in 1973, we joined St. John's in 1974, probably because Mom had also been in the Methodist church.
We hadn't found a church the first year we were here, and we had friends who went here, so we came and liked it, and I joined the choir in 74 and have been pretty much a choir member ever since.
We have actually had 3 generations because I've been here since then. Of course, grew up and had my kids, and until they both became adults and have moved out of town, they were also raised here at St. John's through the youth program. And yeah, the youth program was very robust and active when I grew up in it. We had kids from all of the Lubbock high schools. We were all friends. We did the typical youth activities. It was just a great group of kids to be around.
I also helped for a number of years with the food voucher program, which I thought was a great ministry for us to help feed those who could not feed themselves. I have been an office volunteer. Well, I've been the official proofreader of the Sunday Bulletin for more than 20 years, and I like that it keeps me connected with what's going on in the church. And I like it that we are a reconciling congregation. I was on the committee, the Reconciling Church Committee, and when we started it out, we thought, well, this won't take long. We can get this vote to come up, and it took us 5 years to get people educated and informed, and finally we had a vote which passed quite triumphantly. And so I give thanks that I was able to be part of that process. There were some people who had their minds set against it, and it was difficult for me to see people that I cared about, that had been members with for years, on such a different track. I remember one in particular who left us because we were going to be reconciling, and I said to him, we may not always agree, but we'll always be friends. And that was a challenge, to find a common ground with the people who disagreed with us. For St. John's to have a divorced woman as a pastor was a real breakthrough. We also had a black associate, well, he was an intern, and one of our members said, we went on record however long ago that we would never have a black person in the pulpit, and he finally realized that we really had a gem with this person and made a complete turnaround. He helped with his expenses when he needed to move and became totally supportive. So it was nice to see that what we did had an effect on the way people thought. The Choral Scholarship Program, when I first was acquainted with it, was funded by individual members of the congregation would sponsor a scholarship for a student to help them and to teach them what it's like to sing for a church and help them with their expenses. We have a number of people who sponsor a choir student for a semester or for the whole year. And it has really helped the quality of our singing, and it has helped the students with their progress.
Not only do we pay the students to attend on Wednesday nights and Sunday mornings, they are required to do acts of praise as part of that commitment to St. John's. And many times, if for some reason the director can't be there, we have many students who are choral conducting students. So that also gives them a chance to hone their conducting skills when they get an opportunity to conduct an anthem on a Sunday morning. So aside from just the singing, there are ways that we help support those students as well.
I consider the members of the choir as my community, as a family, and I think the friendship that we form with each other as we are leading the congregation to praise God through our singing is a very valuable thing for me.
I look at old pictures of St. John's, even when I joined in the mid-'70s. The pews are completely full. I would love to see, and it's not just numbers because it's not about the numbers, but that people feel comfortable and welcome here. I have so many friends in St. John's who I guess I'd call parent friends. Our kids were all kids at the same time, and now most of our kids are gone and don't come here anymore for whatever reasons. But those other parents I'm still close with, even some that don't attend St. John's anymore themselves. So it's been quite a journey coming from a 12-year-old to now a grandmother and all of the things in between, and St. John's being here for all of those things, all of those life events, marriages and deaths and baptisms and all of those things. So it's been quite a journey.